Your turn. This video will demonstrate how to find the interval class between two given notes. The two notes in this example are F and B flat. The first step in finding the interval class is to find the pitch classes, so we'll first circle them on the clock face. Let's zoom into a bigger clock face, which will be handy when we move to the final step. Our notes again were F and B flat. In the interest of time, I've labeled this clock with pitch classes starting with C is 0 and moving up by half step. For a detailed look at clock faces, refer back to the video from the section on pitch class. We can see that the note F is pitch class 5 and B flat is pitch class 10. So now we've circled pitch classes 5 and 10 on the clock, completing step 1. Now we can write 5 for F and 10 for B flat in the blanks. For the final step, let's go back to our zoomed in clock face. To find the interval class, we'll always be looking for the shortest path between the two notes. Remember that if your answer is bigger than 6, you've gone the wrong direction and should start again. In our case, the shortest path from our starting pitch of 5 is clockwise. Now we'll move clockwise and count the number of half steps to reach 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half steps away. So our answer is interval class 5. We can now write 5 in the blank for interval class, completing the final step of this problem. Let's look at a trickier example. The two pitches in this example are C sharp and A. Our first step is to circle the pitch class numbers on the clock face, so let's zoom in again. We can see on this pre-labeled clock face that our two notes, C sharp and A, are pitch classes 1 and 9. We've now circled 1 and 9 on the clock face, completing step 1, and we can write 1 in the blank under C sharp and 9 under A, completing step 2. The last step is to find the interval class, so let's return to the larger clock face. As before, to find interval class, we first look for the shortest path between the two notes. This time, the shortest path from our starting pitch of 1 is counterclockwise. Now we count the number of half steps to reach 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. Our answer then is interval class 4. Now we write 4 in the blank for interval class to finish this example. Because some people prefer to work without a clock face, I want to revisit those same two problems using a different method. In the first problem we worked before, the two pitches were F and B flat. Earlier in this chapter in the video on pitch class, I showed how you can draw the number 0 through 11 in a straight line instead of taking time to draw a clock face each time. We start with C for 0, C sharp or D flat for 1, D for 2, and so on, moving up by half step. Now we can see that F is pitch class 5 and B flat is 10. Now let's find the interval class without using a clock face. The text for this section on interval class, as well as the preceding videos, present a chart of diatonic intervals that belong to the same interval class. Let's briefly recreate it here. The highest interval class we can have is 6 because bigger intervals are inversions, or octave displacements of the smaller intervals. Building up by half step, we get to the tritone before turning around for the larger intervals. Now intervals belonging to the same interval class are in the same vertical column. We know that the diatonic interval between our two notes, F and B flat, is a perfect fourth, which is interval class 5. Let's use the same tricks for the second problem we worked in the video, C sharp to A. We can see from the number line that C sharp is pitch class 1 and A is 9. The diatonic interval between those two notes is a minor sixth, or upside down major third, interval class 4. Both methods, the clock face and the charts, give us the same answers. The benefits of the clock face are that it gives a clear visual picture of pitch space, and there's less room for error due to inharmonic spelling that can happen when using diatonic intervals. The benefits of the straight line are that it is easier to draw, references familiar tonal intervals, and you can draw both charts just once at the top of your homework or quiz paper for reference. In this video, we've shown two methods for solving each problem. Now try the Your Turn exercises for this section and watch the video of solutions to check your answers.